Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your worst enemy. Right now, it might be holding you back, keeping you fragile, uncertain, and small. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Nothing is wrong with your potential. It's the mindset you carry. If you're tired of feeling weak when life gets hard, listen up. The difference between feeling broken and becoming unbreakable comes down to a decision: to adopt a different code of thinking. Savage mindset shifts that transform the way you handle every obstacle, every setback, every day. These are the mental rules that separate the unstoppable from everyone else. Learn them, live them, and you'll become mentally unbreakable. 1. Nobody's coming to save you. Most people wait for a savior, a mentor, a partner, a lucky break to come change their life. Here's the harsh truth: nobody's coming. No one will hand you success or drag you out of mediocrity. Even your loved ones have their own battles to fight. They care about you, but they won't live your life for you. The hero you're waiting for is you. No one else will fight your battles or build your dreams. This realization isn't meant to depress you. It's meant to set you free. When you accept that it's all on you, you take your power back. Because if it's your problem, it's also in your power to fix. And that mindset is liberating. So stop waiting for rescue. Be your own hero. Take ownership of every problem, every failure, and every goal. The moment you do, you stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the author of your destiny. 2. Silence the coward within. We all have a voice inside that begs us to play it safe, take it easy, stay comfortable. That's the coward within. It's the voice that makes you hesitate when opportunity calls and run when things get hard. Its goal is simple: keep you out of danger. But in doing so, it keeps you small. Every time you listen to that scared voice, your world gets a little narrower. Being fearless isn't the goal. Being courageous is. Courage means feeling the fear and doing it anyway. To become mentally unbreakable, you have to silence that inner coward and let your warrior voice take over. How? By taking action precisely when your mind screams not to. When your alarm rings at 5 a.m. and that voice tells you to sleep in, get up and dominate your morning. Prove that the coward doesn't call the shots anymore. Each time you override that weak impulse, it gets weaker, and you get stronger. 3. Life is 24 hours. Too many people live like life hasn't started yet. They slog through weekdays just to savor the weekend, or they wait for a better time that never comes. Here's the reality: life is 24 hours. It doesn't start when you're rich or retired. It's ticking away. If you're only truly living 2 days a week, you're wasting most of your existence. That's not a life. That's survival. The mentally unbreakable know that each day is a microcosm of their life. They squeeze value out of every day, not just occasionally. Every 24-hour block is an opportunity to learn and move closer to your destiny. Rest and recovery are necessary, but there's a difference between recharging and being lazy. Stop acting like you have time to waste. Design a daily routine you're proud of, one that makes you feel alive now, not later. In the end, your life is nothing more than the sum of your days. 4. Master your state. If you let your feelings run the show, you'll always be a step behind. 1 minute you're motivated, the next you're in a slump because of a random comment or a bad night's sleep. Most people ride this emotional roller coaster and call it normal. But champions know better. They master their state instead of being slaves to it. To master your state means you can snap into whatever mindset you need on command. Feeling anxious before a big meeting? Slow your breathing and stand tall to project calm confidence. Feeling lazy when you need energy? Blast some music, go for a run, do whatever pumps you up. Changing your physiology is the quickest way to change your psychology. It's not magic, it's a skill. The more you practice shifting your state, the less hold those negative moods have on you. Instead of waiting to feel ready, you generate the state you need on demand. That's a superpower that makes you mentally unbreakable. 5. Create alter egos. Ever notice how some people transform when it's game time? The timid person off stage becomes a beast in the spotlight. Often, their secret is their alter egos. Creating an alter ego means crafting a persona that embodies the qualities you need. Fearless, confident, ruthless. Even if you don't normally see yourself that way. It's not fake. It's you operating in a different mode without your usual self-doubt. Top performers swear by this. Beyoncé had Sasha Fierce to own the stage. Kobe Bryant became Black Mamba to channel his killer instinct. Think of an alter ego as your personal superhero costume for the mind. Give it a name, a backstory, an attitude. When it's time to perform and your normal self wants to shrink, step into your alter ego. Let that persona take over and do what needs to be done. Over time, you'll realize that fearless character was you all along. You just had to let it shine. 6. Run dual core, logic and intuition. Should you trust your head or your gut? The answer is both. Most people pick one lane. They're either the analytical planner or the impulsive go-with-your-gut type. But if you run dual core, using logic and intuition together, you unlock next-level decision-making. It's like having 2 processors instead of 1. Why shut off half your intelligence? Logic gives you hard facts and clear reasoning. Intuition gives you insight, creativity, and a subconscious read on situations. The magic comes when they align, or when one catches what the other missed. Maybe the numbers on a deal look great, that's logical, but your gut senses a hidden problem. Pay attention to both signals. Cross-check your intuition with analysis and your analysis with intuition. The greatest leaders blend cold calculation with gut feeling, which gives them an edge over the competition. Use your whole mind, not just half, and you'll make smarter, faster, and more confident decisions. 7. Ceaseless action crushes overthinking. Overanalysis is paralysis. The more you obsess over every detail and possible outcome, the more stuck you become. Overthinkers feel like they're being responsible by considering everything, but in reality, they're just delaying life. Here's the brutal truth. You can't think your way into greatness. You have to act. Ceaseless action builds momentum, while endless deliberation builds nothing but hesitation. Action turns thoughts into reality. Even a small step forward will crush the fears and what-ifs swirling in your head. Doers learn on the fly. Overthinkers stay on the sidelines. Yes, you might make mistakes by moving fast, but you'll correct them and keep going. You can't steer a parked car, but once you're rolling, you can course correct as needed. So, stop waiting for the perfect plan or the perfect mood. Adopt a bias for action. Break big goals into immediate tasks and tackle them now. Remember, imperfect action beats perfect inaction every time. 8. Become a monster, then master it. Society often tells you to be mild, agreeable, and harmless. But here's the paradox. If you have no bite, you'll get eaten. To become mentally unbreakable, you need to cultivate your inner monster, your capacity for aggression, strength, and relentless drive. That means becoming dangerous, capable, and formidable. Nice doesn't win championships or protect what you love. Being a monster, in the best sense, gives you power. But power without control can ruin you. That's why the second part is to master it. Being a monster doesn't mean being cruel or reckless. It means you hold the leash on your inner beast. You unleash it when needed. In a negotiation, in competition, when your back's against the wall, and then you put it back in its cage. The result is you become both feared and respected. People know you're capable of going to war, but they see you choose discipline and restraint. And that combination is rare and unstoppable. 9. Power respects certainty. Confidence isn't just a nice to have, it's a force multiplier. In any room, the person who speaks and acts with certainty commands respect. People and opportunities gravitate toward those who know what they want and where they're going. On the flip side, if you're always second-guessing, apologizing, or seeking permission, you broadcast weakness. And power doesn't listen to weakness. The world tends to make way for anyone who is sure of their vision. When you pitch your idea or state your price, do it with conviction. Even if you feel some doubt inside, lock it down and project confidence. This isn't about arrogance or pretending to know everything. It's about demonstrating faith in yourself and your mission. Bold moves get noticed. Timid moves get ignored. Train yourself to be decisive and stand behind your decisions. When you carry yourself like you mean it, doors open and people take you seriously. 10. Environment beats willpower. When it comes to self-improvement, your surroundings often determine your success more than your sheer will. Willpower is like a battery. It drains with use. But if you build an environment that nudges you toward your goals, you won't have to try so hard. In a battle between your environment and your willpower, environment wins in the long run. Want to eat healthy? Stock your kitchen with nutritious food and toss the junk, so you don't need heroic willpower at 10 p.m. Want to be more focused? Create a workspace that minimizes distractions and surround yourself with others who hustle. The people around you matter too. Spend time with ambitious, positive individuals and you'll rise to their level. Stick around slackers and complainers and you'll sink. Design your environment for success. Make good habits the default by removing temptations and adding triggers for the behaviors you want. It's way easier to avoid temptation than to resist it every day. 11. Be obsessed or be average. Greatness requires obsession. Ask any Olympic athlete or top entrepreneur. None of them got to the elite level by being balanced or doing just enough. They went all in. Be obsessed or be average isn't just a slogan. It's the reality of high performance. If you're not utterly devoted to your goal, willing to eat, sleep, and breathe it, then someone who is will pass you by. Average effort yields average results. Society often labels obsessive drive as unhealthy or extreme, usually by those who've never tasted excellence. But there's a difference between harmful obsession and purposeful obsession. The latter fuels innovation, mastery, and legacy. It's the single-minded focus that gets you out of bed excited and keeps you working when others give up. So, find what you're willing to go all in on. Embrace being the outlier who cares more and works harder. Let people call you crazy. You'll be the one with no regrets because you chose greatness over mediocrity. 12. Declare war on comfort. Your comfort zone is a danger zone. It might feel nice, but nothing grows there. In fact, comfort is like a drug. It sedates you, making you weak. If you want to be mentally unbreakable, start seeing comfort as the enemy. Declare war on comfort. That means deliberately doing what's hard and uncomfortable day after day. Think of discomfort as your training ground. Every time you push yourself into discomfort, whether it's a hard workout or a tough conversation, you grow. You build resilience and confidence. Meanwhile, every time you avoid discomfort, you shrink a little. Most people choose the easy path and wonder why they never change. Not you. Make discomfort your new normal. Take cold showers, wake up early, speak up when it's scary. Whatever your comfort crutches are, smash them. The more you live outside your comfort zone, the wider that zone becomes. Over time, you become untouchable, because what used to be hard is now your playground. 13. Get addicted to the grind, not the outcome. Chasing the trophy can only motivate you for so long. Most people lose steam once the novelty of a goal wears off, because they were hooked on the end result, not the process. The mentally unbreakable flip this mindset. They get addicted to the grind. When you fall in love with the daily hustle, you become unstoppable, and success becomes a byproduct, not a distant finish line. Big goals take time. If you hate the journey, you'll quit before you arrive. But if you learn to enjoy the work for its own sake, you've already won. You start finding satisfaction in the small improvements and the grind of getting better. When you detach from outcomes, success tends to find you faster. So, shift your focus and commit to the process. Treat every day as an opportunity to grind and grow, and the results will take care of themselves. 14. Reverse engineer your destiny. Your future isn't a lottery ticket, it's an equation. The mentally unbreakable don't leave their destiny to chance. They design it by reverse engineering their dreams. First, get crystal clear on what you want, your ultimate vision. Then work backward from that vision to identify the steps and skills needed to make it real. Most people drift aimlessly or only plan one step at a time with no long-term direction. But not you. You decide on your destiny and chart the exact course to reach it. Want to build a multi-million-dollar business? Figure out what the business looks like and what it requires. Then break the requirements into yearly, monthly, and daily action plans. This approach takes the mystery out of success and puts you in control. It turns huge ambitions into achievable actions. If you reverse engineer your goal, you're already halfway to victory. 15. Don't chase happiness, chase pride. Happiness is fleeting. Momentary pleasure is a lousy life goal. Chase it directly and you end up like a dog chasing its tail. All motion, no satisfaction. The mentally unbreakable don't ask, what will make me happy? They ask, what will make me proud? Pride here isn't ego or vanity. It's the deep self-respect that comes from doing what's hard and right. When you chase pride, you do things that are tough in the short term, but rewarding in the long term. That discipline might not make you smile now, but it will build a lasting sense of worth far beyond fleeting pleasures. Focus on being proud of yourself, and you'll end up with a deeper form of happiness. Instead of seeking easy joy, become someone you respect. Build a life you're proud of, and happiness will find you on its own terms. Okay, so you've just learned 15 savage mindset shifts to become mentally unbreakable. If any part of this hit a nerve, good. That means you know there's work to do. But knowing isn't enough. Don't let this just be another video you nod along to. Treat it as a wake-up call. Pick one of these mindset shifts and start living it today. No announcements, no excuses, just action. Prove to yourself that you're serious about becoming mentally unbreakable. And when the results start to show and people ask what changed, you'll know it wasn't just motivation. It was the moment everything changed.